Hey, everybody, this is 2026, a whole new year for whole new goals.
Absolutely. My name is Jackie Senkandwa, and I'm with
And I'm Linda Lightfeld with Primerica.
so
Yes.
so today we're so excited. The beginning of a new year. We want to make sure everyone is starting the year right, just like we're gonna start our year with goals.
Yeah.
We need to talk about those goals. Most people start a new year and they have no goals at all. You can have personal goals, financial goals, weight loss goals, health
Right.
goals. So yeah, that is what we're going to talk about, and I'll pass it on to Linda for the financial goals because that's what we're here for.
Yeah. Well, this is actually more than financial goals because we have goals in all areas of our lives, right? Not just financial. It might be professional goals. It might be financial, like you mentioned. How about family goals? As a family, you probably have some goals. Spiritual goals, those are very important. Social goals, charitable goals. How about educational? Something that you want to achieve that you haven't achieved yet. Cultural goals, creative goals, personal and professional goals. So all of these areas need to be addressed for you to have a balanced life because that's what we're looking for, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, if you have professional goals and the rest of your life is a mess, that doesn't work.
True. And some people need to have some mental health goals. That's a big one.
I mean, and there's no shame in that. I mean, if you feel like, gee, I need some help, it's okay. Get that help, and then it's going to better your life all the way around and those around you. Very, very important. I'm glad you mentioned that, Jackie. So when we think of goals, we in developing these goals, you've got to enjoy achieving those goals. Even if they're short term or long term, it doesn't matter. You got to enjoy the process. Yes. Otherwise, it becomes a drudgery, and that's no fun. And when you're setting goals, set them challenging enough so that you have something to reach for. And isn't it better to reach higher than lower? They always say, shoot for the moon and reach the stars.
Yes.
So
I like that. One of the things I learned, you need to have 30-day goals, 60-day goals, 90-day goals. Mostly for us who are business entrepreneurs. If you don't know, if you're not hitting your 30-day market, you could do something real quick.
Yeah.
To adjust that. I recently joined an entrepreneurship class and graduated from one actually without back. But that's the intensity of how they were training us. Like, listen, if something's not working, don't wait till forever. You need to readjust until you meet your goals. But first, have a goal. What's your goal?
Yeah, absolutely. And goals can even be daily goals. I mean, they need to be because every day we want to achieve things in different areas. So if we're not doing that step by step, like you just said, daily, weekly, and then you can make adjustments. If you see things aren't going exactly in the direction that you want them to. And also, when it comes to goals, it's important to share those with the right people, not people that are going to be trying to smash your goals and that sort of thing. That's not good. So we have to associate it with like-minded people. I think that's very, very important. Associate with winners. How about that?
Absolutely, and that comes into who are you surrounding yourself with? Like me, I had to go to the entrepreneurship class. I have people with the same mindset, opening up their business, so you are all in the same kind of mindset. You set the same goals, and I have to keep in that to kind of like achieve my goals. right? You cannot be listening to someone who's never started a business.
Exactly.
You're taking advice from the wrong person. So you need to be careful about who you surround yourself with when you're doing certain things.
Yes, absolutely. And another important thing is to write down your goals, because if you write them down and visit them often, and that should be daily, um, it's going to get implanted up here, and you're more likely to achieve goals if you do write them down daily. And even at night, what if you review your day and look at what you've done? Maybe it fell short. Where did it fall short? Why? And then wake up the next morning and with a fresh start and achieve your goals, whatever that is for the day. But
one of the things that I learned in entrepreneurship class again, it was I think one of my mentors was like, even just having conversations with people, your spouse, that friend, you can even revisit that and say, did I say that right? Sometimes, because if your goal is to have better relationships this year, sometimes you got to go back and do some analysis. But most entrepreneurs do that. Most business people do that. They go back and reflect on their day and see what they could have done better.
Yes, so important. And also, how about checking off your goals as you achieve them? That's important too, because then okay, I achieved that. What's the next thing?
What's the next thing? Yeah, and you can you have to have like a long range plan as well. It's like, okay, I want to meet the 30, 60, and 90, but what am I going to do in a year? What am I going to do in 3 years? What am I going to do in 5 years? Where do I want to be? So you write your goals based on that, and you have like strict timelines, and like, okay, I want to graduate in 2 years, and then I want to get a job in this thing in like those after those 2 years. So it's like you're intentional. So many of us just go around life like we have no plan. Whoever tells us what to do, go. If they invite you to a party, that's where your interest is. No goals. No goals. You just go. You have no plan.
They say if you don't have a plan, someone else has a plan for you.
Exactly. They'll make the plan and you get in that plan.
Absolutely. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything I haven't gone through that I'm thinking of. Well, I know something that I was going to say. So let's say you have a certain goal to achieve a certain promotional level or whatever it is, and it's important to have a way to measure that, okay, as you're going along, to see if you're on track or if you need to change something. But also, I find from moment to moment, we can get sidetracked. And if you think about, here's a good question: is what I'm doing now going to get me to my goal?
Exactly.
Because we waste a lot of time, don't we?
And sometimes you learn the hard way. I had to make some tough choices this year. I'm like, there's some people I just gotta leave with there. All right? I gotta leave you where you are.
Yeah.
Because you're not planning to move it. You have no goal.
Yeah.
And there's some people who are goal oriented. They're like, yes, I want to do this, I want to do that. Those are the people I'm keeping in my circle. So sometimes we have to make those difficult decisions. They're so difficult, but you have to make them.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Yeah.
So, Jackie, what are some of your goals for this year? Do you have goals for family? I would imagine your business, charitable goals. What are some goals you would say that you have this year?
Straight on. My goals are for my family, I want to spend more time with them. But that means I have to be intentional with everything else I'm doing. So, all the time wasters in my life, bye-bye. See you. I just left you in 2025.
Yes.
I'm going to be here with the people that know what they want and they want to move forward. So I had to make some choices, leave some groups, cut off some people, reorganize myself and my life so I can spend more time with my family because that's important to me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Sometimes we pour out endlessly and you don't want to leave your own family behind.
No.
That's your number one goal. That's what keeps you going.
Yes.
So to me right now, it's about priority. It's about being efficient with my time. And I definitely have some financial goals. There's some goals I want to do at my work. There's some goals I need to meet in the business that I'm in with all my other business partners. So to me right now, it's now zoning in and refocusing and looking at those goals and seeing where I'm not hitting them. Right? Because we're about helping people in the community. But as much as we love you, but if you don't want to move, we have to let you go. Right? That's just the reality. And so whoever is ready to move on with us, we're ready to move on. The other goal I have is I want to do a podcast once a week with Linda.
Yeah.
Linda has so much expertise. I feel like her voice needs to be heard. She's been working in our community. She knows us so well, better than we know ourselves. But I love the perspective that she comes with because she's an outsider looking in and seeing what exactly is keeping us behind. And that we must address. And so she's saying, when you're starting this year, get those goals in.
Yes.
Have some priorities. There's no time to waste. Trust me, mostly in the next 3 years. We all know what's going on. So all of you thinking you still have time, you're going to do the same things the same old way, you're going to get a rude awakening. Because you're going to get those goals up. You're going to be intentional with your time, intentional with your resources.
Yes.
Right?
Everything.
Yes.
Absolutely. Jackie, they always say if you're doing the same things the same old way and expecting different results, that is insanity.
Exactly. I had to wake up the last 3 months and be like, wait, this is insanity. Why are we even doing this? Right? Yes. Sometimes you have to get the rude wake up call. And sometimes you have to align yourself with the people you want to be. Some of us go around life without mentors. I love being with Linda because then she educates me about a lot. There's something I just learned with her today that I didn't even know. Right? When she speaks wisdom, experience. Those are the people I want around me. Because you know what? They pour into me. They give me the wisdom. And also, we have to learn to be educated. Some of us do not listen. Like you listen, but you don't listen. And sometimes what people are trying to tell you is what will help you solve your problem and meet your goals. So sometimes listening to the right people, that's important. Right? Sometimes I feel like in our communities, we just like praying. Oh, let's pray. Everything. We're very good at gathering, right? But if you really think about it, God is in the heavens and we're on earth. Who's he going to use to reach to you? He's going to use someone. And he makes sure that someone is in your community, within your access. That could be Linda telling you about life insurance. You gotta get your family planning. You better get your house in order. That could be Linda telling you your voice. It could be me telling you there's an opportunity in Arizona. God is not going to come out of the heavens to tell you, but some of you don't want to listen. That's a problem. But guess what? The next 3 years, you need to be thinking about who you listen to. All the time you waste praying without real results, it's going to hit your bank account. And you're going to have to wake up. Because anybody else, what are we learning? All the funding is going. All the funding is going. All the things that you've been relying on for state help, we all know there are changes coming. And some of you are already feeling it. So what does that mean? you have no time to waste. We love to pray, but the Lord has sent you an angel. You know, they used to tell us a story. It's a story that it's like an African proverb.
Mm-hmm.
There's this guy, he was in his house and it started raining. And it was a flood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the water starts rising up. It's now at like the waist level.
Oh.
And he's still praying, God, come and save me. Okay. So he becomes clever and he gets on the roof because now the water is getting up, right?
Yes.
So he gets on the roof and someone on the boat comes. Hey, jump in the boat. Jump in the boat. And then he's like, no, I'm praying to God. God is going to save me. Okay. The guy's like, I don't have time for this. I gotta get out of here, right? He's there. The helicopter comes with a rope. Hey, catch the rope. No, I'm praying to God. I'm praying to God. God is gonna save me. Well, that was your second chance of being alive. Well, guess what? The water got up and there was nowhere and he couldn't swim. So you need to think about what you're doing. Are you that guy? Are you that guy praying to God?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's important to, education is good. It's important. But it's the actions that you take. And also, it's important to get the information, not just listen to somebody. And that's one thing that I've been trying to relate to people, that sure, you might be hearing this, but what are the actual facts? Facts are important, not just a feeling.
Yeah, it's time to go to some trusted sources.
Yeah.
And sometimes we think our trusted sources are particular people in our community. But we need to look at results. Has your life changed after meeting? Has your life changed when you listen to them? What has become better? Right? If you're still where you are, maybe you need to find someone who can take you where you want to be. Sometimes that is difficult to understand. But like the story I said, God is always sending someone. The question is, are you listening? Do you recognize them? Because if you don't, you're just going to end up like the man. You can't swim, and you're going to drown. Yes. And that is the end of our fast talk in 2026. Tune up next week. We'll be back.
Oh, yes, we will. Bye.